Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Mind Your Business. I'm Jennifer Anderson, Executive Director of the Georgina Chamber of Commerce. I'm also the host of the show, and I'm thrilled to be here today. This episode is one of my favorite kinds of shows. We've done many shows over the last few months as we work our way through the pandemic and helping businesses either through with relief or information about grants and opportunities. But my favorite kind of shows are the ones where we talk to local businesses. We talk to the businesses in our community that you may not know are out there, but we certainly want to be able to showcase what they have to offer, showcase shopping local and supporting your local community. So I have three guests today who are well, they're in the trade sector, and this is important right now. This is a very timely issue, as a couple of episodes ago, we did speak to GTTI about their new Skilled Trades Institute. And not only is there provincial and municipal funding coming in, but certainly everybody is excited that a Trades Institute is coming to our community, bringing the trades, further enhancing what the trades are and the opportunities that exist for people who want to get into this trade sector. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce our three guests, and then I'm going to talk to each of them. First, we have Jeremy Buckner from Buckner Manufacturing. Hi, Jeremy. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Jennifer. Glad to be here.
It's nice to have you on the show. It's nice to be able to talk to you a little bit about your business and your family's history in this community. So thank you. We also have Samantha Sessler, who is with Above All Roofing and Contracting. Hi, Samantha.
Hi, Jennifer. Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here, and I look forward to talking to you a little bit about your business. And finally, we have a familiar face on Rogers TV, Georgina. We have Chef Corey with us, and Chef Corey is, of course, the host of Cooking with Corey, but she's also very active in this community with her work. So thank you, Corey, for being here.
Thank you so much for having me on the show, Jennifer.
All right, so let's get down to business. We really want to talk about the trades. We want to talk about businesses in the community that you should be aware of. And we're going to start with Jeremy, who, of course, Buckner Manufacturing really does have long-standing history, not only in the Buckner family, but in the trades industry. So, Jeremy, tell us a little bit about Buckner Manufacturing.
So today, Buckner Manufacturing would be a manufacturer and distributor of exterior building products. We'd have 5 locations, with our flagship location being in Georgina on Highway 48 in Parflaw, but also we have locations in Newmarket, Kingston, North Bay, and Owen Sound. And yeah, the trades are near and dear to our heart. We started as an install company 40 years ago, almost 41 years ago now. So that gave us the base to build into the manufacturer we are today. And on a daily, we are supplying the trades. So yeah, like I said, the trades are near and dear to our heart and a vital part of what we do. I
really love that you said flagship, because we, of course, love having Georgina being the flagship of the organization. But you really are working with so many different contractors and consultants in the trade industry.
Certainly. If it's exterior, generally we're involved in some way with the 4 pillars of our company being roofing, roof, siding, windows, and doors. So that would be, that does span a wide variety there.
Right. How has your business been affected over the last 4 months? And I know we've spoken a couple of times, but there certainly has, we always talk on the show how the buzzword is pivot, and you've certainly had to pivot your business through the last few weeks and months.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster the last 4 months. I'm glad that we're out of that first period. I'd say in March, it was almost like, and then what Ford said that day, you're going to go one way or the other. And fortunately, we did remain in this business throughout. We have actually, as of Monday, reopened our location. So they were always open, but we were providing a curbside pickup. And now the doors are open that the customers can come through, socially distancing. Of course, there's plenty of safety procedures in place, but we were able to open the doors again as of Monday. The pandemic has created a bit of a unique situation in the building industry we've found with the pandemic creating a bit of a logjam in the April, May months. And then all of a sudden it came on like, wow, I think there's many reasons for that. People, spending a lot of time at home, seeing what needs updating. You're finding people that are taking funds they may have had earmarked for vacation and travel and putting that into some equity into their home. So it was sort of like I said, the roller coaster continued, where it was a bit of a slower spring than expected, and then it took off in June.
Right. And you're certainly, because there's so many different locations, you're certainly seeing that as each of your locations go into different stages. I know now we're shooting this on July 20th, which means York Region is still in phase or stage 2, but other areas of the province have moved into stage 3. So you're starting to see that difference with each location that you have.
Certainly, and it creates its own set of challenges. For instance, we are getting extreme pressure for our Kingston location. They went quite a while without having any cases, and they, why can't the doors open there? Whereas, say, we have a location in Newmarket, closer to York Region, where you're closer to Toronto and the epicenter of it. So you're constantly having to weigh these, and pretty much what we're doing is going with the government. As they step, we step, and we figured that's the best plan of action here.
Right. And it's just a matter of, every day is a different announcement and weeding through the announcements and.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like I like to say that I always was, politically aware and seeing what our leaders were saying, but this pandemic has certainly intensified my focus. It's on a daily basis. What's the news coming out and how does that affect our industry? Right.
I am certainly very thankful. Last year, we celebrated a big ribbon cutting, a milestone with you, and I'm certainly glad that you are now moving into your 41st, almost 42nd year, and that you had those celebrations within the community at the time that you were celebrating your 40th birthday.
Yeah, I would have hated to have to coordinate that with all the COVID measures and the physical distancing and that. So I'm very grateful we were able to handle that last year, and now we can focus. Hopefully, by the time 50 comes along, we'll be past all of this.
Oh, 50! I'm hoping 42.
Well, yeah.
50. One last thing, as we move into potentially getting closer to that stage 3, or as we move into stage 3, what's next for Buckner? Are you finding, you've now opened your doors. Are you finding that things are hopefully getting back to a little bit of normalcy?
We are finding that. It seems almost week by week they're headed in that direction. Our big focus is just making sure that we're able to service and supply our customers. As I mentioned earlier, there seems to be a big demand out there right now. Right. And I have a crystal ball to say how long that will last, but we want to make sure that while people are looking to fix their homes, we can supply product for our customers as well, that they're able to capitalize on this demand. So that's where our focus lies.
Right. Perfect. Thank you so much for being here with us. I really appreciate it. We're going to bring Samantha into the conversation now. Hi, Samantha. Thrilled to have you here. Tell us a little bit about Above All Roofing and Contracting.
Well, we have been located in Georgina and serving Georgina since 2012. It is myself and Brandon who run the business, so it's family owned. Our showroom is located in Georgina as well. It's in the River Edge Plaza, so we like to invite customers and potential customers into there to see a little bit of what we have to offer.
I love that you have a showroom. I love that people can go in and take a look because, for people who are visual and want to be able to see, obviously hiring somebody to do roofing and contracting, you trust in their abilities, but to be able to see different colors and be able to pick out colors is valuable. So I love that you have a storefront.
Yes, absolutely. We were a little bit hesitant at the beginning. We didn't know if it was a shift that we should be taking, but we have taken it, and it has definitely benefited our business on a lot of different levels. So it's been very good.
Amazing. What kind of services do you offer? What does your business offer?
We offer quite a lot of services, roofing being one of the main things that we offer. Not just shingle roofs, we do shingles, a lot of metal, composite, rubber roofing as well. We also do aluminum work, siding, soffit, fascia, eaves troughs, and that kind of stuff as well.
Very good. I love that, businesses are working together. I know you work with Buckner Manufacturing, so
yes,
of local and shopping local.
Yes, it's nice to be on here with him. We do shop at Buckner's quite frequently.
Yeah. So I would assume that, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm not in your industry. I would assume that this is a very busy time of year as you hit maybe March to October. Is that?
Yeah, so generally we're super busy from, like you said, March through until about Christmas time. I agree with what Jeremy said. The beginning of the year, which is normally super crazy for us, was a little bit slower. I guess everybody was just kind of unsure as to what was happening with everything, but things have really ramped up the last couple of months, and it seems to be going very strong. So I'm not sure how long this will last for, but people really seem to be wanting to do things to their home. They're paying more attention to things that might need maintaining or updating, and they seem to be moving ahead with lots of work around the home.
Right. Are you seeing the change? I know you said it was a little busy. Are you seeing that change is pandemic related? Were people waiting, or was it product not coming in? What do you contribute to that slow time to begin with?
I think it was definitely pandemic related. Coming out of the winter is generally one of our busiest times. People were very cautious. There was so much uncertainty at the beginning because nobody really knew what was happening. People, unfortunately, were losing jobs and income day by day at the beginning. So I think that was on a lot of people's minds. Once people had a little bit more security and assurance as to what was happening, I think that's where the shift has come into play, and things have picked back up.
Right. And for you as a business, is it something that you have really had to adapt to? I know being outside is a great thing in terms of being distant, but you're also working together. So how does that affect what you've been doing?
We definitely had to shift a lot of things. We have and still to this day, our showroom is open for appointment only. We've just been trying to do a lot of things online, especially at the beginning. We can pull roof reports and see things through that way. So we were doing a lot of stuff like that in the beginning. People seem to be more comfortable. Some of the regulations have lifted a little bit. So we have been going out for more one-on-one meetings with customers, obviously taking the precautions that we need to take during this time, but things are slowly going back to normal. We had to allow some of our staff to work from home. We've been working kind of all over the place, but we've been trying to make things work the best that we can given the circumstances.
Perfect. I want to mention your social media because you are very active in social media. Love the posts. You're maybe in an industry that doesn't necessarily post a lot on social media.
No.
I love the before and afters, and wanted to give you a shout out just because there's no better way to see the work that you do than those before and after photos.
Yes, we do spend a lot of time on social media, and not a lot of our other roofing companies, we don't see it too often. So we try and take the step towards that. We like to be able to show people the work that we've done. It's a good reference for them to look at and see the types of work that we have done. So yeah, we think it's very important, and we try and stay very active on there.
Yeah, and it also speaks to your Shop Local. I know you were very active in promoting the Chamber Shop Local program.
Yeah.
which is amazing. And the fact that you encourage that and you encourage people, you are very encouraging for the frontline workers as well.
Yes, we're actually currently offering a discount for the frontline workers. So we're offering 15% off of any roofing, siding, or full soffit fascia eavestrough install. We know that they've had a couple hard positions during this time, so we're just trying to help them out a little bit. And we think supporting local is huge, because at the end of the day, if you're supporting communities while you're shopping, they're the people that you're going to look for when your son or daughter needs a sponsorship for a hockey team, or you're looking for some sort of donation to go towards a fundraiser or an event. So I truly believe that it's important to shop local when you can.
One final question for you. I know right off the top, we were talking about GTTI, we were talking about the new Skilled Trade Center, and as they begin in January to make modular homes, there will be students in there who are learning roofing. How do you feel about this? Because you're certainly in an industry where you potentially are looking for more roofers, whether to replace or as you expand your business.
Yes, absolutely. I think that it's a really great opportunity. We actually ourselves have used the GTTI previously for training, working at heights and stuff like that. We think it's important for our guys to be trained and have proper skill sets. So for these people to be able to go in there and specialize in roofing, I think that it's going to be a huge opportunity for us to be able to swoop them up as soon as they're done their program and they're coming out of there knowing exactly what to do. It's going to be very great for the trades in Georgina.
Very good. Thank you, Samantha.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk to Corey now. Corey Dern is, of course, Chef Corey in this community. And, you know, it's interesting because for some people, they might think of the trades as roofing, as manufacturing and siding and those types of things. Trades also includes the culinary arts and cooking. And we're lucky to have Corey on the show with us. Oh, Corey, I'm going to get you to, there we go. I've unmuted you so that way we can hear what you have to say. Give us 1 second. It's not unmuting for me. It's just one of those things in the middle of TV where you just have to go with the flow. Thank you, Corey.
No worries. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Tell me a little about your journey, because I remember meeting you years ago. You were serving chili at the Sutton Parade, and that was where I first met you.
Wow, that was just like yesterday, right? Yeah, it has been a wonderful journey, especially because the decision to move up here was mainly based on what an incredible community we have and all of the advantages that Georgina offers, especially from a chef's perspective. We're Class 1 farm soil. There's a lot of restaurants up here. There's a lot of opportunity up here. And I saw how cold you guys were and wanted to get some warm food into your body during the event, and you know how it took off from there. Just as a side note, I'm so sorry that it's so loud, but the trades are going on behind me. Your other guests who are amazing hit it right on the head that a lot of people are using this time to educate, to assess, to adapt, and figure out what the future is. And I know for myself, one of the first things I did by having to take a little break because of COVID was to look at my home and to look at the things that I needed to improve the beautification of my property, right? To invest in myself, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. It was, you know, there's some things that you could see in terms of the pandemic and that ripple effect of what was happening, but never did I necessarily imagine that people would reassess what was, reevaluate and slow down or make changes and renovations. So it's amazing to see how those essential services that remained in our community continue to be used and flourish.
Absolutely. And it's so interesting what became an essential service. I never thought that takeout would become would be deemed an essential service during a pandemic. But I think it gives people a sense of normalcy, you know, when you're at home, when you can't go out, especially in that March, April, even into May time where, you know, you had to think about your neighbor in a completely selfless way and acknowledge that while there's not a lot of answers with what's going on, just, you know, sneezing, coughing, not washing your hands, all the things I'd like to point out that I've been saying for years, the importance of hand washing. It's great to see the community coming together and really caring about things like that, you know, doing what we can to keep our numbers down and support local.
Now, notwithstanding what's happening right now, because I know that you have closed temporarily because of the pandemic, but just tell me a little bit about Chef Corey. Tell me what is happening when you are open and in business. And then we'll talk about what you've been doing.
Right. I don't know if you are picking up what's going on behind you. I'm so sorry about that. So I'll try to speak clearly. I really use this time to exactly what I was saying, assess and adapt. And I really feel like there's a big positive to what's been going on with our situation, especially with COVID-19. I think that people have taken a step back to look about how important local businesses are, whether it's from the beautification of your property to learning how to cook and being creative at home with the meals that you make for your family. For me, a lot of this time hasn't been in the kitchen, just because unfortunately I am high risk. However, it has been an opportunity for me to provide mentorship and also to take a look at what I can do once we're in stage 3 to help continue the support of benefiting our local providers, from farms to fork, from, you know, clothing, from roofing and siding to really bring our community together, whether it's in a farmer's market capacity or opening up a business or expanding on my existing business. It's just, for me, you know, I care a great deal about our community, and anything that I can do, not just food related, education is so important to me, as you know, with the GTPI and such. That's where my focus is. Really supporting local.
Right. So what happens next then for Chef Corey as we get into later stages, as you start to reopen? Where can people find you, and what will you be doing?
Oh, that is a really awesome question, Jen. I'm going to say this. I do have something really fantastic in the works that I've been working on with another local chef. And really the focus is on bringing farm to fork, making farm to fork more accessible for our community. Really educating and getting people excited about food and seeing how buying garlic from abroad is not necessary. Really, when you look at the price of 99 cents for 3 bulbs of garlic and think you're getting a great deal, you really have to ask yourself, what was that person paid in order for it to be shipped here for you to be able to use it for 99 cents? I think for me, the future is really focusing on understanding why, even though it's only a mile away, our prices are our prices, and the feel-good feeling you get from spending $2.50, like $2.50 on a bulb of garlic, but knowing you only need 1 clove, and knowing that that money that you're using to spend locally is coming right back into our community.
Right.
So that's where my focus will be, on supporting our local farmers and our local businesses.
And you mentioned education, which
Yes.
I know is very important to you. You have done a lot of teaching in this community, and I'm hoping will continue to do so.
Absolutely.
Then GTTI must be a great opportunity. While this Skilled Trades Institute is focusing on building and the construction of those manufactured homes, they still have so many programs and opportunities to teach, including a really nice kitchen at the link.
Yes. And I also think it's really great because, you know, I think people now, because of what's been going on are really mindful about who they have providing their food for them. And I think it makes a big difference when you know that the person who's handling your food has their food handler certification, that the person who is making your meal is doing so with the education behind them of how to hot hold and cold hold, and how to wash your hands, and how to make sure that you don't cross-contaminate. And that comes from education. It comes from going to a place like the GTTI where we can educate you on not just how to cook, but the etiquette that goes with it.
Yeah, I should mention that if any sector is really going to flourish in the health and safety, it would be in the culinary arts, because this is something, hand washing, as you said, has always been very important to everybody.
Yes. I've had a number of people who are like, oh, why do I have to wash my hands? And it's like, well, now we know why we have to wash our hands. I used to tell my students all the time that they had cooties and they had to wash it. And now, unfortunately, it's so true in this day and age. But, joking aside, I think that it's opened up all of our minds for mindfulness, to make all of us aware of the fact that when you have educated yourself, when you take the time to utilize tools like the GTI that are available to us, or doing your homework and your research to discover who's the best local person to, do your roof or your siding, you feel better about the choice that you made, and you also feel good about supporting local. And so I know I myself am dying to go into a restaurant and be pampered and enjoy a wonderful meal with friends and family. And I'm looking forward to the day that that can happen again, and being one of those providers for you.
Yeah, amazing. That's perfect. I really am, and thank you so much for being a part of the show. I really am excited to have three guests who are not only very active in their own sectors and a positive addition to this community, but who really love Georgina and love what they do and love to be able to support other businesses. So I'm very appreciative of the fact that you are all joining us here today and a part of the show. Jeremy, I'm just going to bring it back to you just for one last second, because I think it sums up, as we talk about Corey being active in the community, as we talk about Samantha and all the things that Above All Roofing has done for our community. Certainly going back to a family that's been here 41 years active in this community, maybe that's the last word for you.
Yeah, no, it would go back even further than that, 50 plus years. And community is everything. I think it's what separates us, gives a character that being involved in the community. That
is the perfect way to end the show. Thank you so much for everyone who is here today. Thanks so much to everyone who's watching. And we'll see you next time.